to Nogtech 2020. What we are doing today, the hackathon, will help us fulfill two of our key mandates. The board, our role and responsibility is to develop Nigerian materials, Nigerian equipment, Nigerian capacity and capabilities to support the oil and gas industry.
For the board, this is part of our direct intervention, one of our direct intervention initiatives aimed at deepening the capacity of capabilities in country. And for us, the youth are very, very key in that regard because they are the future.
The idea was, can we find innovators and disruptors, people who are thinking about opportunities for leveraging technology, and can we find industry players who are used to legacy challenges, and can we connect both of them to birth industries that can then employ thousands of people? And that was what birthed the Nigerian Oil and Gas Technology Hackathon, Nogtech.
First of all, you have to build a product that resonates with your customers. You're not building something that you feel is going to be good, right? So whatever it is you're doing, make sure it's something that your customers need.
One of the most important things that you're going to have to learn to do in your business is to filter noise. When you're able to solve a problem for the customer, that's where value lies.
The 3 days bootcamp is part of the hackathon process during which they actually coach on how to plan their businesses, shape their businesses to ensure that ultimately they win in the marketplace. We started with inviting, calling for initiatives and innovations, during which we received about 600 plus entries from people. And then we whittled that down to the top 15.
Actually, it was exciting, really, to be among the first 50. It's something to write home about, out of 600 and something plus. So it was huge for us, actually.
To see that our company was having a very positive response, and output in this difficult time was very, very uplifting and very motivating and exhilarating.
This year, a lot of people have been looking at the year like, let the year do and run out, that nothing is happening and all of that. But for us, it's a win-win, so we're happy about it.
When I heard I was selected for the top 50, I think one word for my feeling would be overwhelmed.
We have high expectations with regards to collaborating with other participants on the program, also getting schooled by industry professionals.
We believe this is an opportunity that we'll get to see people that have gone ahead of us, how they've been able to maneuver the business world with their ideas, especially the Nigerian terrain.
I'm very excited about what I'm going to learn from this platform. I'm very excited about sharing our idea and solution to people that can take us to a place where we want to be. I'm very excited about us being able to scale upwards from the funding and from the learning and from the mentorship that we're going to receive from this program.
Our expectations are high, even as high as winning, coming out amongst the top 5.
The end game for us is to find products, from prototype to real life products that can actually resolve all this or redress problems in various sectors. And for us, that also is with a view to raising the bar in terms of wealth creation for the youth.
My challenge to you is, it's not about the money, it's about passion. Once you have passion in anything that you do, trust me, you will be successful. Once you are passionate, but once you put money first, you will be chasing it and the money will be running away. But once you put passion first, I can assure you, you are going to progress and you are going to be successful.
We have deliberately selected very senior management committee members from the board to be their mentors.
The mentorship, there are two sides to it. First, we have mentors that are senior management staff of the NCDMB, and what we're looking for them to do is grant them that access to market, help them in terms of reaching out to people in the industry who may be interested in their business, if they have questions as to engaging the industry. Importantly, their potential customers. Those are things that the mentors will be doing.
Well, my expectation from my mentor, of course, would be to learn from him, because most of the mentors, all of the mentors we saw, they already have so much experience. They're all general managers. So I would wish to learn from him, even beyond the Nogtech experience. I would like to be able to have a relationship with him so that even beyond now, I can always reach out back, because I have several other products too. So I can always be able to reach him and connect and learn, basically.
Yeah, I expect to get guidance on business decisions, on understanding the logistics, the parts of the logistics in Nigeria that we do not understand yet, and how our business can be the best fit for that problem in Nigeria.
Basically, talking on partnership, assessing his experience in terms of, I know NCDBM is more of a capacity building content board, and we know he has a lot of experience when it comes to capacity building, and we can gain from his knowledge of experience to help fine-tune our own ideas.
For me, my own experience has just been there are three things that really, really matter. Number one, you have to have the right kind of team, and then second of all, making sure that you're focused on what the other person wants, your customer wants, not what you're building. And then finally, raising capital that can allow you to scale very, very quickly.
Regulation is always a risk, but you can't face regulatory risk in 36 states in Nigeria. They can't all just come and take you out at once, right? All the countries in West Africa can't just take you out at once. So how flexible are you in adapting to the challenges that you face, even from a government standpoint?
Our project, what it does is that it logs data in real time. As fuel is being dispensed, the data is being logged real time, and also it automates the process. This is the RFID tag. This is all you need to have attached to the car. So
the seed fund is going to enable us to be able to spread, to be able to get the tools we need to scale up, to have our products mass-produced and industrially complete.
In 2019 alone, the world lost close to $200 billion worth of perishable items, impacting businesses' revenue and their ability to grow.
We provide businesses that transparency into the storage conditions of their temperature-sensitive items when they're moving it from point A to point B.
GRICT is in the business of developing technology to enable businesses transport and store temperature-sensitive commodity or perishables, while providing the businesses with real-time information as regards the location of the items and the storage conditions.
For the 61% of Nigerians below poverty line, there are two reasons why they can't switch to cooking gas. Number one, they can't afford to acquire the startup kits. It's beyond their pay wage. Number two is that even if in the rare instance where they can afford it, to refill, the continuous refill is a problem. Once you pay, do a 500 naira down payment to give you the startup kit. Now, the startup kit is preferred with gas, like I said earlier, but you do pay micro unit of 150 naira per time. When the unit you purchase is exhausted, the smart meter locks in the gas within the system. You have to pay a new unit again. Once that unit is exhausted, it locks it down again. And the cycle continues.
Brazil and Nigeria shares similar population demographics. Brazil has a household population of 42 million households, while Nigeria has 40 million households. Brazil currently has an LPG penetration of 95%, while Nigeria has just 5%. The reason why Nigeria is within 5 to 10% of LPG penetration today is because of three key reasons.
We are solving the last mile problem, and changing the way energy is consumed across Africa. Our solution is the Gas 360 solution, which is focused on bridging the data gap, in the supply chain of LPG.
Our solution developing the ecosystem, and that development is focused on LPG storage and management system, end user monitoring and other system, other system and logistics, and also cylinder identification and tracking.
In terms of the hardware, what have you done? I saw rendering. Do you have any kind of like prototype? This seems like this is basically just an idea.
No, it's currently in the development phase, so we have the UX designs, and that's where we are currently.
Your current business is the production of the tanks itself
and distribution of gas.
So already, that's what you're already doing.
Yes.
But the energy in the room was very positive. We felt like we gave our best, and we felt like the judges also connected with our story.
What's the cost of the device?
The cost of production for this device is about $250, but the cost of sale is roughly around $500 thereabouts.
I think the disconnect for me is I see this very critical to health and agriculture, and I don't see it in oil and gas, and this is oil and gas.
Even in geology, there's an aspect where this applies for, so when you're drilling, the heat determines the pressure, and it's an important parameter for oil and gas, so that's also another application in the oil and gas space. So like I mentioned, just unique to one sector, but we can play across multiple sectors.
A business that depends on hardware, especially in a developing country, relies heavily on funding, relies heavily on sources of funds. So it will help a lot with the funding that we need to be able to scale upwards as a business.
We see the same problem in multiple schools or universities in Nigeria. They don't have the cost required to purchase or maintain equipment that is needed to teach their students on industry knowledge. Came up with our solution, which is VR Africa. What we do is we provide simulated experiences for active learning and development in education. And we do this by basically creating an environment, a simulated environment, with tools and equipment that are virtually projected, and it allows you to give inputs and outputs so that you can have that doing part of learning for active practice.
How much does it cost?
So we're going to be running on a library of content, meaning that we're going to separate it according to each department that you have in schools and universities.
I look at the specific problems they are solving. I look at how viable it is and if it's addressing that problem. Then I also look at the target market or the segments that they have, they are focusing on. Their target market of focus is also important, because whatever solution you are building, you have to look at your target market, and you have to look at the propensity for them to adopt it. So those are some of the things that I've seen, and the ones that struck me deeply, I feel that they have very good potentials.
According to 90, currently, because of pipeline vandalization, Nigeria is losing $11 million daily, $349 million monthly, $4.2 billion annually, and in the last 10 years, we lost $42 billion.
Basically, our product is an automated oil and gas pipeline vandalization detection system.
What we have designed is a system that is capable of detecting the pipeline vandalization of a vandal as soon as they start digging within 20 seconds, and alerting the appropriate authorities so that the vandals are apprehended before they gain access to our pipelines and steal our country's products. So our system consists of custom sensing units, which are spaced 200 meters apart and buried in the earth. This is a sample of a fabricated sensing unit that we have, and it's also what we're showing you on the screen. Each sensing unit has 8 geophones that are cascaded and are used to monitor the seismic signal in its surrounding. And an SU is capable of detecting the unique seismic signal that is due to a vandal attempting to dig for a buried pipeline.
The key to our business model is in our industrial phase testing. This will help us to be able to test real time in the industrial pipeline within 1 kilometer. For us to have data, fine-tune them, then we'll go into a contractual agreement with the main user, NMPC, that will give us revenue. We'll also look at expansion. Then we'll take another 20 kilometers of the pipeline, do our data, fine-tune it, then we'll look at expansion to the over 5,120 kilometers of the total pipeline owned by NMPC.
From where we sit today, the pipeline vandals, they're actually very creative, and they're able to understand the different technologies quickly and immediately counter your technology. So what is so unique about this, your solution? that will prevent them from finding a creative way in the next 3-4 months after you deploy it?
No matter how creative they are, the security systems are buried. Let me say they know that the pipeline, the sensors are there. You have to dig to it, and we detect it. So no matter how, all right, they are intelligent to know because they are saboteurs. It could even be some of the owners of the pipeline because it's big money for analyzing pipelines. Let them know. But we have 3 chains of monitoring. How? Now, from the sensing units, there's transmission to the patrol vehicles. There's also transmission to the control centers. There's line managers. So at the same time, 3 of them, the control center can monitor the patrol vehicles.
Why our target was not actually the seed funding, like we earlier mentioned, our major target is the industrial phase testing, because pipelines are owned by NNPC and some of the oil and gas companies. So actually we cannot carry out our industrial phase testing except we have a permit or an authorization to do so. So we are looking beyond the seed funding. All right. Why the seed funding will be very generous for us to have it, but the main target is actually seeing that our product is used by the oil and gas industry and by the Nigerian government to solve the major problem of Nigeria, pipeline vandalization. That is our major focus.
We will be making use of the Blue Ocean strategy by offering our solution at the most competitive rate ever, while we deliver quality services with efficiency and integrity being at the core of our work mode.
We are able to use discrete, or should I say miniature sensor nodes to detect faults, or should I say detect problems in these pipelines when vandals attack it, as compared to the nodes being used currently in the industry, which are large in nature and
they can easily be spotted by these vandals. So these sensor nodes can be shrinked down, as you can see. This sensor node contains high efficiency nodes or sensors in them. These sensors have a high efficiency and accuracy. The market for our solution, Olokwa, it's actually the Nigerian oil and gas industry stakeholders. We have the government, we have the NNPC, we have the upstream operators, the midstream and the downstream operators. So why are they a market? They're a market because we have over 1,000 kilometers of export pipelines which need our solution for asset security.
Basically, what you're saying to us is that you've now realized that the best way to solve this entire problem is by integrating all of these points, right? From detection to reporting to, what's that slide? Yeah, that's it. So you're monitoring, all these modulars are going to be built into your embedded technology system.
Yes.
And you want to be able to take this $10,000 and go and test this theory out.
Yes.
And then at that point, we'll start to understand more of what is going to cost to then roll it out to the market. So
yes, you're right about that.
Okay.
We consider using renewable energy like the solar system to probably run the umbilical cables down, then probably power it as a battery of itself as well. Then with that, you can actually run down underground, then strategically position the sensor nodes in strategic places on the pipe. No. For the sensor node, I mean, the Arduino development board and the others actually of different prices as well. Just the sensor node, and this is the sensor node here. This is the piezo disk itself.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Nigeria, we have 400 million liters demand of ethanol annually, but yet we are yet to produce 12 million liters. We have unemployment issues, and gasoline pump prices are increasing because of the deregulated economy currently going on.
Our idea titled apparatus for optimized fuel ethanol production from sugarcane actually is an idea based on production of fuel grade ethanol from sugarcane. Actually, this fuel grade ethanol can be used in blend with gasoline and be used in all flex and non-flex internal combustion engines, and it can be used in pharmaceutical industries, school laboratories, and what have you. Anyway, you can use alcohol, you can use our ethanol. It's actually 96% ethanol, considered pure.
The market opportunity. Looking at the problem, we find a solution. Our solution is production of this ethanol So our market opportunity lies within our solution. We have it has two lines, the energy and the production line. Energy focusing on flex and non-flex engine users, and then the production line, we are focusing on paint, spirit, detergent users all over the country.
Plan is to actually go into industrial ethanol production. We need a quite larger amount of investment to actually build a standard facility for that. But why we are here at Nogtech is we are looking at actually building a pilot plant, a prototype, per se that we can produce at least, even if it's 1 liter of ethanol a day, to at least demonstrate the process to stakeholders and investors so that at least we can have a step forward towards advancing our project.
And being here in Nogtech is going to expose us to market and other things like that, the opportunity to get to the markets.
I'm very excited because I was also part of the judging of the top 50. So it's going to be really great to see the 15, how they do now at the final stage. So I'm very excited about some of the ideas as concept and demos and the solutions that they'll bring into the oil and gas arena.
For the next winner is Comfort Energy.
What's next now is, with the fund we're getting from Nogtech, we are going to be working on, let's say, a pilot project soon. So December, pretty much Q1 2021 latest, basically. Because we've actually built the product this far, and then what we'll need is finishing touches, which Nogtech actually brings into the picture for us here.
After this, we are going for the incubation stage, and this is where we'll achieve this like a prototype we're doing now. We actually need to fine-tune it, brand our products, have our licenses, and be able to push it into the market. There are a lot of fuel stations that will be interested in our product.
We would like to specially thank the organizers of this hackathon for the opportunity and the knowledge they've impacted on us.
We have only succeeded in achieving about 31% Nigerian content in the industry. We have scope for new products, we have scope for new ideas. For those that were not selected in the top 15, think about the real world. How many of the products we have, winning products today, came through this improvement process or through this competition process? Is that they have to have faith in themselves. They have to have passion for it and be committed to taking their products beyond where they stopped in being in the top 50.